Alright folks, welcome back to Train Sim World 2, where we're going to be playing a helping hand, which should be Y109, I believe it is. We're going to find out in a second here once he finishes talking. And let's go see what we can do. Oh, look at that! I got an extra scenario point. How exciting. I'm now at level 10. Yay, scenario. Can I jump on that train?
So, you're the rookie they've given me the task of showing around. Well, in my view, there's no better way to learn than on the job, so you can take the engineer's seat for this run.
Aha, sure. So I wonder if it's these two guys. Were you the one talking? Who's talking? One of you guys? What if I just interrupt you like this? Will you still keep talking to me? Oh yeah, there we go. Now you're talking to me. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. Anyways, you don't know what's going on. I'm stuck. You guys are holding me down, man. Let go of me. Anyhow, let's go hop in the engineer seat. This one actually has real tasks, thankfully. Turn on ditch and gauge light. Turn on front headlight. Set the generator field switched on. Cut off valve the freight. Reverser inserted. Set the forward. Brakes. Release. Horn. Brakes. Throttle. Stop. Wait for container train to pass. That's interesting. And go to the location, the Narrows. Go to the second location, Ellerslie, I think that's how it's pronounced. Go to Cook Mills. Go to Wills Creek. Go to Hyndman. Stop at Hyndman Switch. Set the switch to correct track. And go back in. Couple the three vehicles. Reverse. Full service. Switch off. Walk to pickup truck. So essentially, what is basically telling us to do is we're going up the hillside here, and actually this other map will be very helpful. Where's that other map? It's on the pause menu. The other map will be very helpful. So we're actually going to be going over to Hyndman right here. So we're going to be going quite a ways from the initial Cumberland yard, about a good halfway up to the crossing here, so to speak. But not even going the rest of the way over to Rockwood Mine or anything like that. So this is our destination in the end, and this is probably the best map to really see this from. So let's hop in this engine. Now he's going to want me to use this particular engine. I could definitely check this one, so that's good news. So before we even... Oh, this is going to be lovely. Everything I touch is going to have a reward. Let's use windows and get reward for the windows. Let's turn on the window wipers. How do you turn on the window wipers in this one? It doesn't tell me because there's no button. Well, that's okay. We'll use sun visors. No. We'll use the lamps. Oh, there we go. We got something for the lamp. Oh, there's the wipers. Let's turn on the window wipers there. Ah, there we go. Use window wipers. Excellent. That should stop that. I wish to move the wiper back where it was. This way. There it goes. Perfect. And the rest of the wipers should be okay to do. Let's turn on the other lamp here. We'll open the other door because we're going to go out there for something. Let's check our fuse. We're going to make sure our fuse is working. Our fuse is lit. Very hard to see there. Our main breaker is on. All of our fuses are on with the exception of the radio, which is not on, which is very interesting that this one does not use a radio. For the sake of it, let's just turn it on. We'll just live with it on, right? Before we even get sat in there and locked in, let's go ahead and check our engine. Unlock the engine. And it says here, this is a great example when the oil pressure does not work. So supposedly this engine is on, and I cannot actually physically check this engine. It won't let me click the governor there. And I can start the engine, but supposedly the engine is running despite the fact that there's no oil pressure in this thing. So we're just going to trust the game saying that it is turned on and hope for the best. We're going over to this rear engine here because I'm assuming the exact same problem can happen with this rear engine. Let's find out. Yep, governor says we can't use it, and supposedly the engine does not work. Now I'm going to assume I can sit in the seat here and it won't impact me in any way. So let's find out in a minute. Let's go ahead and turn on our light, our number light, and then let's go ahead and set our headlight control to controlled from another unit coupled at either end, because I believe we are actually going, let me see, yeah, it looks like we're going to go that way, so it'd be good to use the other engine for now. Let's go check our fuses in here, make sure that's working. Good. We don't need the radio in this one, but all the other fuses are on with the exception of the warning light. We're going to pop out here, make sure our handbrake is released. We are satisfactory in a good way about that there. And we're gonna, let me see. We're gonna also turn off these 3 switches here. Control fuel pump is off. Generator field is off. Engine run is off. So that way we get all the power in the other engine. We're not gonna worry about anything else in this engine. Everything else should be good to go. We are gonna check the cutout valve and the MU2A valve if I can ever highlight it. There it goes. That's perfect. Trail 626 is what we're looking for. And now let's head back to the other engine where we can get this engine on a roll. Now we're assuming this engine's actually running. If you really wanted to know, let me go ahead and sit in the engineer's seat. Let's see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't break it. Oh good, it didn't break it yet. So what you could do is you could turn on all 3, make sure that the brake is on. Oh good, you get a reward for using the independent brake. Good job. And then I could set the reverser to forward. I could turn on the engine here and you can actually see I'm gaining some amperage. So the engine definitely is on, at least in this mission here. So let's go ahead and turn off that and release this here because we're not going to need it. Let's turn these. Oh wow, the train's actually moving. That's hilarious. It's moving even though this thing's on. What the heck, man? We should not be moving. Wow. Okay. That makes no sense. This thing is on. We shouldn't be doing this. What the heck, man? This train's moving! Alright, well, let's just release it then. We don't need it. Let's hope the train stops. That was hilarious. This train's not supposed to move! The brakes are on. I don't know what to say. Well, anyways, let's go in the engineer's seat. As I was saying earlier, let's close up our crossings too. Oh, geez. I want that one. There it goes. Because we're going to be going for a little ways. So let's hop in here. We're going to close the door behind us. Get in the seat. We are actually going to put the independent brake on now this time.
Before we reach the end of the yard, I'll contact the dispatcher for permission to head out to Hyndman. Set the locomotive up and we'll get going when you're ready.
I am assuming you are talking to me. That's my assumption. I could use H to toggle the headlights. How fun. Let's see what happens if I do that. Press H. Oh, how fun. I turned it on to dim. Well, we're going to put this on bright for now because I think we're going pretty far. And we're going to leave the rear headlights on to dim. And pretty much everything I touch in here, turn on the ditch light and gauge lights. And turn on the headlights to bright. Well, I've already done that. There's the gauge lights. I'm just going to fiddle with the step lights here to see what happens. Turn on the gauge light. Press all of these to make sure they're all working just for the sake of it. I'm just curious if that ever did anything. Set the generator field on. We'll just turn these off for a second and then turn this back on. And then over here it says cutout valve to freight. So let's go ahead and turn this to freight. Yes, I did touch the automatic handle there. And then insert reverser handle. Wow. Did I just get locked in? Oh shoot, I'm locked in. I can't even set this to lead or dead. I am locked in. Well, let's see what happens. I stick that there. Forward. Let's see if I could just get that forward here. There it goes. Move that forward. Ah, there it goes. Now I can work the MU2A valve. This is how this game messes with you. So I'm going to make sure that the MU2A valve is set to lead or dead, so that way I don't get screwed in this mission. And then I'm going to turn the automatic handle off, from off to release. We don't really need to worry about anything else here for now. What else? The horn. We need to sound the horn. And actually, I'm going to push the bell button separately. Could I get points for using the bell? Good job, me. And the alerter, nothing there. And then we'll use the horn. There we go. We got level 2 for the SD40, which I love calling the...
This is X551, requesting a track warrant from Cumberland Terminal to Hyndman. Over.
I wasn't done talking, sir. Well, we gotta wait for the guy.
X551, subject to signal indications. Proceed from Cumberland Terminal as far as Cumberland Station. Wait there for eastbound Q116 to pass. Then proceed to Hyndman. Over.
Well,
X551, subject to signal indications, proceeding from Cumberland Terminal to Cumberland Station. Await passage of eastbound Q116, then proceed to Hyndman. Out.
you don't got good posture. Your posture is terrible. Anyway, set independent brake to release. We're going to bail that off in particular. And then we should be able to move forward at this point. Use A to use the throttle. So let's go ahead and look at our map for a second because we are going to be going on some switches here. So let's make sure a bunch of our switches are switched. In particular, that one there was not. Make sure these ones are all switched and good to go. We're going to be driving down this long path here. And I don't know if we're waiting for this guy, but he's already moving. And then we're waiting to switch there. And this is where we're going to be going, at least to about here. And then I guess we're going to be waiting for somebody to go through, so that way we can eventually make our switch over on this part right here. That's what it looks like. So let's start our throttle forward. Stop at location adjacent to Cumberland Station. Well, here we go. Now, if I'm going to do this, I need to find a good spot to take some useful pictures here. And this actually wouldn't be a bad one right here. So we'll just go ahead and snap this one real quick. It's probably not going to be the one I'm going to keep in the end. Oh, my number lights aren't even on. Man, that's messed up. Let's go turn on those number lights. See if I can reach them. There we go. And turn this on. Headlight control to controlling with unit coupled at long hood end. And that should fix the lights. Goodness, that's much better. Now my train has real lights in this thing. There's my dim light right there. That's perfect. Now, you may not know this, so my engine numbered 8833. You can actually find that number right here in the cab. Somehow it's scrawled onto the side of the engine. So it's really cool that you can actually find these little small details in the engines and in the train. This one here, unfortunately, the SD40, or what I love calling the WD40, has these wonderful speedometer here that's manually an analog speedometer. And so you can actually see it's already at 10 before I'm at 10. So this is actually a useful way to see if I'm going to be speeding or not. And let's see if I can grab this as a picture somehow. I don't know if I'm going to use it. We'll find out which one I end up using in the long run here. At some point, I'm going to end up using the one of these pictures here. These trees are getting in the way. Come on, trees. Move out of the way. There we go. Okay, that will do it. One more, one more. There we go. That should do. We'll figure it out from there. So something else I'm going to be looking out for is I'm going to be looking for crossings as well as whistle stops. And so if I go to camera 8, that if we just follow this road down the road here, eventually I may run into a road crossing here. Right here is a road crossing. So this would be a good point to blow the horn. There's no actual sign saying we have to blow the horn. But quite frankly, if I were an engineer, I would blow the horn anyway, just to make sure no random cars are driving through. Because that would kind of suck to be here and finding out that, there's a road here. So we're going to check my speed real quick, because I am by now about to exceed the speed limit. So let's just drop off, and we're going to kind of hold things here. And as soon as I get a little closer to that roadway, it'd be a good time to blow the horn once I can see the roadway in my image here in the front window. There it is. There's the roadway. So let's go ahead and blow it. 2 longs, 1 short, and 1 extra long. There's 1. And there's 2. And there's your short right before we cross. And there's our extra long. Might as well give it that. And we should be good to go from this point once our engine kind of gets past that last of the crossing. And from there, our engine officially crossed over the crossing, and we're pretty much set. So we're leaving the bell on, at least from this point all the way to the end, because you never know who's going to hop over this fence here. It would be very unsafe for someone just to hop over, not able to hear my train. In the meantime, this is a gorgeous, gorgeous background right there. Look at that. That's gorgeous. We'll see what that looks like. I noticed the motion blur causes the rail cars there to go all blurry, so, oh well, right? That looks like a new car, the green one. I've never seen that before. Maybe it's a Tesla, right? So let's see where we are on our map. Zoom out a little bit. We're about to cross over this switch, which that one goes off to a tail, and it'd be kind of fun to drive out there just for the heck of it. And we're going to be stopping here for a minute, so that'll be good. So let's just keep this thing going. Yeah, I've been debating how to kind of work the music in this, so I'm kind of thinking, okay, there's probably going to be moments where I'm not going to say anything at all, right? And so, because I don't say anything at all, dude, did you not just drive by? How many green cars are there? Wow. Okay. But anyway, so because, I may not say anything at all for the long trips, especially if you're fully fueled once I get to that point. So it'd be kind of a good time just to let the music kind of play in the background and just kind of enjoy the ride. Maybe I can do something like a camera on the side here and you can kind of just see the train rolling by. Or I can go to camera 8 and, zoom my way down the roadway here and kind of see what things look like out here in the road. Let's go see where this goes. I'm super curious. Oh, it goes to a train crossing, and oh, geez, I can't even go any further. Wow, so I can't go past that. That's interesting. This is the barrier right there. But it gives me one of these. I guess that's how I get to this, right? Anyhow, here comes my train. I'm going to keep going straight. Again, to know which way your switch is going while my train's rolling along, this tells me I'm going straight. if I hit the switch like this tells me I'll be turning to the left there or to the right, and so that's a great way to kind of tell. My train's slowing down. I need to speed this up. I just noticed my train has just dropped down to 9 miles an hour, so let's take a trip out here via camera, see how far I can get. Give me an option to kind of check out the scenery out here anyways. This is nice. This is actually really nice. I wish you could just fly over and get a little further than this, but apparently this is about as far as I go. I can't get much further than this, but that's okay, right? I can at least hang out on top of the building here, watching my train roll on by, right? Great place to put a bandage right next to the restroom in case anyone got to use it, and just watch my train roll on through. Or watch for suspicious RVs doing some weird thing right there. What the heck are you doing? Look at that! He's bouncing! This guy's not being safe at all. He's totally... What the heck? Where are you going? There's nothing... What the heck? He disappeared. The car's gonna do the same thing. Look, he's sinking. He's sinking. He's gone. That car's gone. I'm about to speed, so I'm gonna turn on my throttle and find out where my engine is now. I feel like I've lost my engine. There it is. He's coming right around the corner. We're just in time for that to happen. So we are currently about 800 yards out, and we'll be stopping shortly here, in time for that little stop and go, so to speak. And according to the timetable, we'll be stopping at Cumberland Station. And once the conductor gets permission, we can continue on to the Narrows. And we're doing three via locations: the Narrows, Ellerslie, and Cook Mills. Those are going to be our via location. And Wills Creek, okay? And Hyndman, 4 via locations before we finally get to Hyndman Switch, where we'll finally stop our train. Okay, so 4 via locations. Note to self, do not stop, because that would be kind of terrible. 500 yards out, and we should probably keep speeding up here because we're slowing down pretty much, because thanks to the grade here says we got a 0.5 grade happening. I guess we'll open the windows. It's getting a little stuffy in here. That is gorgeous. Look at that. What a gorgeous field right there. Take a... What? The pole was in the way. Really? The pole was in the way. Come on, poles. Come on. Everything was great up until I took that picture of that pole. Okay, that's good enough. We'll get it at some point. Yeah, we're slowing down quite a bit here. The grade is kind of heavy, so we're going to have to kind of speed things up here to get us there. We're going into the industrial area of, I assume, the city of Cumberland. That's what this looks like, right? Industrial city of Cumberland, and then over here is like some housing districts and stuff like that on the other side of the railroad tracks. And actually, oh wait, there's a railroad crossing there, so I'm gonna blow my horn just because I just like doing this. Yes, there's no sign, but I'd rather play it safe, and I'm about to speed, so let's slow me down some. 200 yards out, this would be a good time to start setting my independent brake to slow me down a bit more. And we want to try to stop before we get too far across that crossing over there. I think we'll make it. Yeah, we're sinking. This is good. This is good timing. I'm going to go right over this overpass here. Yeah, the first time I did this, I went across those crossings. I'm like, what the heck? Do I not blow the horn? What do I do with those things? Technically, on the really slow crossings like this one, you probably don't have to do a whole lot. So it's probably fine. Let's go to mode 3 so we can get under the freeway overpass there. And we'll make sure that this catches the engine before we completely stop. This would be a good place to stop right here. We'll leave the bell running as we do it. And it might just stop on a dime. Let's see. I'm going to hope for the best. You know what? I'm not even doing anything and it's stopping on a dime. This is amazing. Alright, well, we'll just set the rest of the brake just so we can stop the rest of the way, because that is perfect. And let's lock in our independent brake.
X551. We're ready to head to Hyndman. Over.
Well, while we wait for the lady to respond.
X551. Subject to signal indications. Proceed to Hyndman. Over.
All right.
X551. Subject to signal indications. Proceeding to Hyndman. Out.
As I was about to say, we can get moving here. And actually, this is the first time I've seen this. Normally, the crossings are not up. That might be a recent change in the game, where they changed the crossings so they actually go down when you roll over it. There should be a whistle stop sign somewhere here I'm going to try to see if I can find it. It might be over here. Oh, here's Cumberland Station. There's our Cumberland Station. This is nice. Anyway, so there should be a whistle stop just before Cumberland. There it is. This is what I'm looking for. So these are the whistle stops that you should be looking out for in order to blow your whistle. Now, I've obviously passed it without seeing it because I'm over there on the other track. And so there wouldn't necessarily be one over here on this side, technically, because this track here would have just gone over and then eventually crossed over there, but there's no whistle stop sign. So it's kind of important to know that it exists. So let's get us back in the engine here and get us moving again. And then we'll release the independent brake and we'll see. Actually, let's blow the horn right quick here, because this is a good area to actually do that double horn right here. Make sure these switches are good to go. I shouldn't have to worry about these because, oh, look at this one I've got to switch. The dispatcher just failed me. The singler failed me, like, badly there. We're going to be following this line. It's going to go automatically on its own to the other side of the track. And then we're going to be going through this first via location and then all the way up into Hyndman, wherever the heck that is. Somewhere out there is where we'll be going. In the meantime, we want to try to pay attention to our engine here because we're going to be going over that whistle stop sign. There's Cumberland Station. This would be a great time to kind of see if we can capture a good picture here of our train passing Cumberland Station. And maybe capture this if we're lucky. If we don't have all these dang trees in the way, man. The trees are getting in the way of Cumberland Station. Drop us down a little bit. We're going to be going too fast to be... You know, a Cumberland Station's so small we can't even see anything. Well, there's my one picture. Hey, a hotel! Look at that. That's awesome. Anyway, so this would be a good point to blow the whistle. There's our one. There's our two. Think intuitively what an actual engine would do naturally going through. And did the gate crossing actually go down? It did! It actually went down! That is amazing. Okay, we're about to speed again, so let's slow down enough so we don't speed. I'm curious now. I'm going to stay here, and I'm going to wonder if these things will go back up again. I better keep an eye out, because there might be another spot where I have to blow the whistle down there. That was kind of cool. Oh, there they go! They go back up! That's amazing! That's got to be a recent change in the game, because I remember hearing that they don't go back up as easily like that. So, oh gosh, please slow down. Please slow down. I'm not paying attention right now. I'm still... What the heck? How did I go that fast? I thought I had it only at 1. Well, anyways, just go back outside because this is another crossing, I think, coming up ahead. Let me see. No, it's not. Okay. Let's go back, put number 1 on there. Let's go back to number 8, and we will just zoom out. 25-mile-an-hour zone. Here's our whistle sign. Okay, this is what I was looking for. I was looking for the next one. I knew there would be another one here, and this is actually going to be for the crossing that's way down here. And here's a second whistle sign. And the second whistle sign is actually going to be for the next crossing after it. Way, way down here, all the way over here. And then another whistle sign for the crossing right after that. So as we roll along here, you can see what I mean, how hard it is to even see these whistle signs. So the whistle sign, technically, I should be going right past it any second now if I didn't already. There it is. It's all the way up there. So I must have passed the other one somehow. Yep. There it is. I see it way over there. So I definitely passed one of the whistle signs. So for me to at least get this right, we got to slow down again. My independent brake is going much too fast for me. Calm down me, right? So let's blow our horn right about here. Let's go back on the outside so we can kind of see what's going on. And pay attention to my speed. Oh, now I can go up to 25, so I'm good. So let's just keep us rolling here. Might as well add some throttle while I'm at it. And now it's back down to 20, and then it's going to be up to 25. That's the difference. This little segment of 20 is getting in the way. Let's blow this whistle right here. Now, I want to try to catch... Oh, no, don't be crashing into me, buddy. I'm on a mission. There it goes. Now it's going up to 25. So let me go see if I can go back out to 8 and see what happens. I know it's going to be coming in really close. I want to try to catch it. Oh, there it goes. I caught it just coming down. That is awesome. About that far away. That was good. That was good. So you can see how low the whistle sounds from this far away. So it helps to kind of blow it a little bit sooner. Now, I think you do get points for the whistle, but I'm not entirely sure about that. We're going to do it again right up here. One more time, whistle. Once we leave Cumberland, things will kind of get easier and we won't have to worry about all of these railroad crossings. What we will have to worry about is the various segments where we can't see the actual whistle stop sign itself. So just close the window for now. We don't need to keep hearing everything. And actually at this point in the trip, I think we're pretty much past... Oh, there's one more. Blow it one more time. I must miss this one. Nobody's there, so good at me. And I'm slowing down really bad right now. But yeah, so you kind of have to zoom in forward, and you have to kind of even lean yourself forward to go kind of like, where's the next whistle stop sign? I don't see him. Right? My train's moving really slow right now. Come on, let's get moving. So our first location via the Narrows there is coming up pretty shortly here. And I think I could just get away with this at that speed. I'm not sure there. But I should be able to get away with it at that speed. The singles here also tell you some useful things. And so the top single is the current single I'm going through. The bottom one is the one that's coming up next. And so for the one I just went through here, it actually said I shouldn't be going this way. This is actually completely backwards from the direction I'm already going. So that's important to know. There's the whistle stop for the other direction. You can barely see that thing. It's already going past us around the other side there. So the goal here as you're driving, it's actually easier to drive from the outside because you can easily see either from the side here and just hanging out next to the engine, in front of the engine, on top of the engine, whatnot. And you can kind of see what... Oh, Jesus, come on. I'm going to get a silver medal for this. This is so messed up. I better slow down.
This is the Cumberland Narrows. It's crazy that just the Willis Creek carved it out. Lucky for us it did, though. Otherwise, it would have added another 10 miles to the line if we had to go around these hills via Crescent Town. Plenty of floods come through here in the fall. Strong enough to wash away road and rail. Although, things have improved over the years, mind. Now the creek runs in a concrete box, but it still breaks free now and again.
Oh, I don't need the bell anymore. So let's turn that bell off. I left the city, so I'm pretty much good. I won't need the bell until I get to some crossing up ahead, or anywhere where I need to blow the whistle anyways. This is just terrible. I went over the speed limit twice now. Oh, here comes somebody. So this is a good time to turn the bell for our neighbor, just so that way he's aware that we're driving through here, and he can see that's what's going on. That's a good picture right there, as is that one. So let's see what we get in the other end of things when we get there. Long set of tanker cars. Beat us up a little bit more. And it's a good time to turn the bell back off. So normally when you're encountering another engine, it's good to turn on the bell at least just in case. You know, I know they can't hear anything, but you never know when there's somebody crossing behind the railroad line in itself. So, for example, I could turn on the bell right now because there's the end of the boxcar right there. And there could be somebody, I don't know who it is, that's just walking right here. And at least they'll hear my bell. And ideally, they should hear my bell, and I shouldn't have to squish them or anything like that. That would be kind of terrible. If this game wanted to get more realistic, they could put cows on the railroad tracks. That would be kind of interesting, right? I wouldn't recommend it, though, but they could put cows and sheep and goats and stuff. It'd be kind of fun. Because then you have to figure out, can you stop for them, or what do you do, right? And if they don't do the, if they have a bunch of glitches with it, that'll be so much fun, because then they're just going to fly in the air and stuff. So where are we headed? We're heading 400 yards out. We're going to be heading to 35 zone. And going from there, there's no track crossing here. So we should be good to go over this red bridge. And we should be going parallel to the roadway. So if we're lucky, we're going to hit that 35 zone before we accidentally overspeed again. Hopefully. And it looks like we're 2 miles out from Ellerslie. I should look up Ellerslie on a map and see if it's actually map accurate. I'm sure it is, because the game developers have been huge about trying to make this accurate as possible. If I miss any whistle stops, that's totally my fault, because I'm on here trying to talk to you all as I'm driving this engine. And this should be our 35 zone. There it goes. We should be good at speeding up this train now and going a little bit faster. Let's go to number 3 and kind of check out the view here of our little village outside of probably the Narrows village, I'm going to guess here, because we're a little bit too far away from Ellerslie. Zoom in there. We're crossing over a bridge. Now, whether you need to blow a horn as you cross over a bridge, that's debatable. You could probably get away with just rolling over the bridge without any problems. But you never know, right? There could be someone standing on the bridge doing something horrible, right? And so you want to make sure at least you can announce yourself to them. Or you could just, for the heck of it, blow your horn every time you go everywhere. Why not, right? And this is actually another nice spot right here. So we'll see what that looks like if that glitched out at all. Okay, we're about to speed yet again. Slow it down, please. Jeez. Let's go into mode number 8 here as this train's going along. What is this? This is our mile marker, 181, so we're good there. And we're going to go zoom down quite a ways here and see if I can kind of catch my engine rolling along. And I think the thing is starting to tip right about here. And actually, we might have a whistle stop up ahead, because we're starting to get into another part of town here. There it is. There's our whistle stop right here. So this would be a good place to kind of check things out. And actually, if I go a little bit further, why is it having me do the whistle? It's going to be doing it because of this area here. And so we should be good to go. It's a single edge green, so we should be good to drive on through to Ellerslie. And we're going to hang out here to watch the single. This one actually doesn't have anything on it. So for cars like that one hanging out over there, it's probably important to blow my whistle as soon as I see the edge of this track here. And that'll be a great point to do that. And actually the single is going to be very helpful from inside the engine to be able to tell how far away I am from that. And we should be coming up. There's our whistle stop sign. You can see how hard it is to see from way back here. And unless you're looking out the window or something, you just barely make it out. It's so hard to see from this viewpoint right in here. So that's why I recommend either hanging out on the outside on this boom arm or just zooming in on the side here. The side I find works really nice because it's a great way to be able to catch all the whistle stop signs as you drive by the engine here. The boom arm works pretty good. There's a mill. That's a nice mill up there. Let's blow the horn here. Now, because there's no gate crossing here, it definitely is important to blow the horn right here to make sure everybody knows what's going on here. Take that picture there. That was a good solid picture. Eventually I'll figure out which one I want to use. One of these will end up on the thumbnail. So the other thing that's kind of challenging here about the boom arm is not always easy to see the whistle stop signs, and they're all rugged. The game developers made them rugged on purpose, and I don't blame them for it, but it's just so hard to see. Oh, I should tell you about this. So this is actually the path you would take to the summit of the Cumberland Pass. And so this particular level here is giving you a good taste of what the Cumberland Pass actually have to offer, and how you might actually drive you and a bunch of cars with you going all the way up to the top. And this is actually easiest with these two engines, and it's hardest when you got the full load of cars behind you. So you know how it goes, right? So 50-mile-an-hour limit, we're going to be coming up on that. And if I just go to Doom 3 here, not only will we jump up to 50, which would be fantastic, and we can finally go a bit faster, we're going to be coming up on this other whistle stop sign. So you could blow the whistle now and be this far away, but why do it this far away? It helps to kind of figure out what you're blowing the whistle for. So we're coming up on Ellerslie. Ellerslie really doesn't have anything in it. A couple houses here. So I wonder what the other town was. Kind of cool they got the flag outside. Nice
Up ahead, we'll pass through the town of Ellerslie. Not much of note, but this run up from the Narrows to Hyndman is our last chance to be sure about the train brakes before beginning the climb to Sandpatch Summit. Coming down can be just as treacherous. After the twists of Glencoe and Fairhope, you'll be glad to see straight at Hyndman. Don't get too comfy, though.
I agree.
Too much speed, and the curve at Corriganville will have you in the dirt in no time.
So Cook Mills is up next. I don't think there's another whistle stop until we at least get to that single way down there. 1.1 miles, we should be good to go. We're traveling kind of good clip. Going 40 miles an hour. We're going to try to see if we can get this train up to 50. Yeah, so what they're talking about, last chance to deal with the brakes, they're really talking about the brake pipe. And so this is actually a pleasant place if you didn't have anything to worry about. You could set your train to, I don't know, 49 miles an hour. And depending on what kind of dips and hills you've got here. Let's get this to 49. Come on, 49. There it goes. You can just drop this off like this, and then from here you can set up the dynamic brake. And there's my points for using the dynamic brake. Wait about 10 seconds on the dynamic brake, and then as we kind of start to go down the grade here, this will be a fantastic point to turn on the first option on the dynamic brake to ensure that we're not speeding too much. But it looks like we're going to be going okay because we're going uphill a little bit, and that should change our option here. It's just good to be able to work with the dynamic brake as you go along, and that will help you, that will help you preserve the brake pipes as much as possible. So it looks like we're going down now. So let's put throttle 1 here to kind of preserve some of this, maybe throttle 2. And I saw there that we've got a single crossing up ahead there, so let's blow our horn again. This one thankfully has some actual crossing. There's the station. Nice little station right there. Going in the trees. Get out of the trees there. There's another whistle stop sign. You can see how Mode 3 is so much easier to see the whistle stop sign. As much as you would love to see the train, it's just so much easier to see it the other way. So there's our crossing up ahead. And we're blowing the whistle right up here. Capture this. That is gorgeous. That's a gorgeous view right there too. Sucks to have the power pole, but oh well, we'll get what we can, right? I can also capture this side. Now, of course, it means I'll probably miss a whistle stop as I do this, but hey, I get what I can. Cook Mills is up next, 1 mile away. We're doing pretty good on speed here, so we can kind of up the throttle. And what's this up there? I don't know what that is. It looks like a propane tank station or something like that. An old station converted to a propane tank storage or something. Who knows what that's for? Yeah, the other thing I could do with Mode 2... This is Mode 2. Wait, where's Mode 2? This is... What? There it is. I'm on the wrong engine. I could actually go on the back engine. I'm going to leave the bell on for this other train right here. And that would be a good time to kind of keep that there. My speed is about to overdo it. Put my independent brake on slightly. There it goes. That should do it. Something else I got to keep in mind, any speed limit changes that are coming up in here. I got to be careful with that. And we'll turn off our bell right about now. Any speed limit changes I got to watch out for because it sneaks up on you a little bit. And I shouldn't have any speed limit changes at least until I get to Willis Creek or Hyndman. One of the two I should be getting the speed limit change from that point. There's Cook Mills. There's nothing here but trees and more trees and more trees. Excellent, right? One of the best things about this game, at least Train Sim World 2, did a great job on the scenery. Hey, TSW2 operator. How fun. Oh, whistle stop. I just barely saw that one right there.
You're running great so far. Keep it up.
It looks like there's a second one up ahead too, so I got 2 to blow. So let's blow this first one. Most people would mistake that second one for the first one. But in reality, the second one is actually just up ahead. You can see it right there on the curve. I'm going to blow that whistle one more time. Manage my speed while I do it. A little too far with that one. Or shall I say a little too close. That one's a dead end! What the heck, man? Whistle stop or a dead end? Ah, there's another whistle stop right there up ahead. I guess there's more than I thought. We'll just leave the bell running. Why not, right? There's no point to turn it off with all these whistle stops. Ugh. I could turn off that single icon, but honestly, I see this way better than I see this one up here. So, I'd rather just leave it there. And if I want the full experience here, I could actually just turn everything off and just go by eyesight alone. Which, by the way, would be so hard doing it this way at 50 miles an hour here. Blow the horn for this one here. And as you can see with the single, it says we got a red single coming up next. And that's going to be our next stop there, which is the one that says is 1.8 miles away. So we'll see if that truly is red or if it's something else. I feel like that was a crossing there. That should have been bumping the whistle a couple of times. 1 mile to Wills Creek. Enjoy the environment here. And actually with this... Oh, that's where I was going with this boom arm before all that stuff happened. I can't actually move the boom arm per se. Like I can move it in. So I can get as close as this, which wouldn't be all bad to be this close to the engine. And actually, this is a pretty cool effect right here. I like this. That is a nice effect. Let's go to number 2 and do that same thing from number 2. Look at this. That is awesome. It's like Back to the Future mode right here. I like this. This is actually a really cool mode right here. I can either do this from there, and I can do it from there. This actually wouldn't hurt to see the boom arm. Not the boom arm, the whistle stops. I can actually see them pretty good this way. It's a nice mode. Let's go back to the other one here, and we'll see if we can snap a picture right here. We'll snap another one on this side. I was going to catch that blue thing, or that green thing up ahead. So let's at least try to get over that green thing. And then try to snap another picture this way. And the bell I don't need. I keep forgetting the bell's on. There it goes.
You've no doubt noticed we share a lot of trackside with Wills Creek over Sandpatch Grade. These hills don't leave much room for the railroad to squeeze past.
So up ahead we got another single, so let's go back inside and see what the single tells us. It still says that we're green, and then we have a red single at the other end. So that's going to be important to kind of keep in mind, because we got a red single coming up one way or another, whether it's in Hyndman, which is actually probably the Hyndman red single. Not the Hyndman specifically, but Hyndman Switch. That's probably where the red single is coming in from. And right now we got it easy, it's all green. It actually gets harder when we try to do that. There's our yellow single. That's going to be the one for the red single at the other end. And so the yellow single is going to be the one that tells us to slow down. We won't really need to worry about that for the next 1.3 miles anyways, but even still, it's just mostly saying prepare yourself to slow down. That's really what it's for. So if we were a lot closer, it would make more sense to do this and have that icon there on the actual switch itself. But in the meantime, we're just hanging out in the engine here, and we're not really going anywhere specifically. In fact, we could probably get up and out of the engine here, go out the front door, and without falling off here, we can actually check this out from out in front of the engine. I wish I could put like another camera mode here and kind of see myself out here in the front of the engine. But this is a great way to see the train and kind of get some cool scenery, as long as you don't fall off the staircase there. That's all glitchy. Look at that. That's so much fun. But yeah, there's kind of fun ways to travel here. Oh, there's our whistle stop. Just in time, too. Lucky me. Let's see, where's that? See, this is where I gotta go. Where the heck is the thing? And if I go outside, it's so much easier to see. Maybe not so much with that one, but with this one I can. Blow it right now. Let's kind of move this back a little bit, so that way you can get out a little bit better. It's not a bad zoom right here. The SD40s are actually really great workhorses. I enjoy driving these things around. Between the two, the SD40 and the GP38, I would love to take the GP38s. It looks like we get a green light up ahead. The GP38s are much user-friendly, at least in terms of telling what their speed limit is in the train. But this one, as you can tell, is telling me that I'm currently at 46 right now, so it looks like it's matching up pretty decently. There's another whistle stop coming up ahead. I'm starting to get used to recognizing these guys. Not so much with the railroad crossing, but imagine if there's a little icon thing, whistle, blow your whistle soon. That would be really helpful, kind of like having one of these, but oh well, it's here. So I wonder how many people have actually driven trains without blowing the whistles ever, because they didn't realize that the whistle stop thing for the train to blow his horn, kind of like right now. If I zoom in, you can see the crossing there. And a bunch of these crossings, you can kind of see those areas I've got to go fix. So I'm going to have a fun day when I start going out for the collectibles. Because I'm going to essentially drive this entire route and stop and go, trying to collect things. So Hyndman here is in about 700 yards, so this is good news. Speed up a little bit more. Go back on the outside. The outside's so much prettier. Yeah, when you set up your engines right, you have a much easier time dealing with this sand patch grade area here and the Cumberland Yard, the Cumberland Curve, whatever you want to call it, the Cumberland grade. Anyway, so it's just so much easier to deal with, because if you didn't do this, your train will basically crawl at a speed of 10 or less. If you did do this, you can actually keep your train going at about 50 in this area right here.
X551 approaching Hyndman. Requesting permission to stop and run back into the siding at Hyndman. Over.
Well, they're taking a while to get back to us.
X551, subject to signal indications. Stop and run back into the siding. Over.
X551, subject to signal indications, proceeding with stop and run back. Out. We're passing through Hyndman. The siding should appear on the right-hand side shortly. It runs until just outside town. Stop beyond the switch and we'll run back into it and connect to the stopped cars.
So this spot here is like the only whistle stop that I know of that exists over a bridge, which is kind of weird. So I'm just going to blow the horn here on a bridge, just for the heck of it. And actually that would make a good picture if I can get there in time. Can't get there in time, so oh well. Missed it. So what it's referring to, actually, the whistle stops for the crossing up ahead here. And I'm already slowing down. I'm just naturally letting my train kind of slow itself down. Here's our siding. This is where we're going to be stopping and hooking up those two cars here that get left behind. So we're 300 yards out. Let us slow down a whole lot more. Oh wait, we're 600 yards out. This is the one I'm looking for. We can release the brake. We'll just kind of let ourselves drift there then. But yeah, this is going to be our siding that we're going to be hooking into. And we're going to be rolling backwards on the siding right there. And actually, this will be the truck that I'll be heading to head back. I'm not sure how I'll go back. It looks like I'll be going back down this path here and around in a circle. But I'm sure I'd go back somehow via this truck. I don't know how they're going to have me leave. But we'll find out. Oh, and by the way, there's a useful bathroom here in case I need it. Is that a bathroom? I think it is. Oh yeah, it is. It's definitely a bathroom. Look at that. They think of everything in this game in case I need to use it. It's right there available. Yeah, this is great. This grade here is perfect for slowing me down. It's already doing it naturally. Let's take a look at the switch here real quick. It's going in the right direction, so I'm going to have to move the switch lever. So I'm going to do this the old-fashioned way of getting out of my engine and backing up and hitting the switch once I get there. Come on, we can get over the switch, man. I feel like I'm going to slow down too early, so let's get some speed here. Keep that from happening. Come on, come on, come on. There it goes. A little bit more speed. We got this. Okay, here we go. This is perfect. Now I have to set my independent brake. How fun. It kind of sucks that I can't be like a little closer to the switch, but oh well, I'll take what I can get. That'll work. Couple to formation, 3 vehicles. So what I'm going to do here is I am actually going to take the walk to the switch. We're going to hop down here, get out of the train, and take the walk the rest of the way over. And we're going to go ahead and switch it over. It looks like somebody's already did the switching for me. Oh, that's nice. Look at that. The game's already done it and totally screws you over. Good thing I looked at this beforehand. Look at that. It already did it. I don't know who did this, but somebody changed my switch. Okay, whatever. I got some extra walking time, some exercise. You know, you need some exercise on these railroads, right? Alright, let's back this train up. I realized it just went in the wrong door. I don't know how I do those things, but I did. So let's put this in reverse. Set the throttle to 1. and release our independent brake, and we'll bail off, and we're going to go to mode 3 here so we can kind of see what we're doing on the back engine. And we can go as fast as 25 miles an hour, even though we only have like, what, 700 yards to work with. So we might as well, oh actually, we can't even go faster than 10, so we better put on some independent brake here. I'm just realizing that we can only go 10 on the siding. So let's see if we can kind of manage our independent brake just enough to kind of keep this slowing down just enough. 8.7, I can live with that. What's the sign say here? It's on the other side, so we'll see what it looks like on the flip side here. Red for stop. Okay, great. That's nice to know. Yeah, I think we can make this with the slow speed that we're going right now. And actually, we got a incline, so we're going to actually be going a little bit faster. So let's see if we can set some more independent brake to slow us down a little bit more. And what was it, 25? No, 18. Nope. 6. Something between 6 and 18. 10. Okay, I'll live with 10. That would do. For at least for right now. Get me out of the trees, man. Okay, there we go. 23, 12. Gets kind of hard to work with this because I'm trying to find a reasonable balance here. Something like 18. Because 14 gets me to go a little faster. Anyhow, we're almost at the cars, so we're going to be hooking up to those 3 cars up there, I believe it is. And so about, what is it, 100 yards, 200 yards, something like that. We'll make sure we're slowed down just enough. And after this, what are we doing? We're basically shutting the engine off and then hopping out and going to the truck. Where the truck is it that truck up ahead, or is it a different truck? Maybe it's a truck over here somewhere. There must be a truck over on the side over there. Now we're hitting 9, so we're going to be speeding a little too much here. I'm looking for something like 16. That's really what I want. Something like 16 here. Let's see if we can slow down with this. 18. I think we might get really close to 5, so we'll find out. Yeah, we're going to have to do a little bit more. 25. Oh, there's the truck. That's where I'll be heading, to that truck right there. Good news. And we'll be docking our rail cars with our engine shortly here. And if we got it made, we'll be doing this at the right speed, at the right time, and everything will be awesome because we're slowing down as we do it. And we should be stopping on a dime or pretty close to it. There we go. We got it. Check out mode 8 for a second. Only goes to here, and that's about it. And there's one of those nifty things right here hanging out on the side. So it says park the locomotive, set reverser to neutral, automatic brake to full service. So let's go ahead and do that. Neutral. This thing's just going to stay on. We'll put this to full service. Switch off any active lights on the locomotive. We'll turn off the one on the outside. We'll turn off the other one on the outside. And we pretty much turn off this guy. And we'll turn off our number lights. Turn off our main lights. And what other lights do we got? Oh, the gauge lights, the ditch lights, the step lights, and the gauge lights. That should do.
Good work. Before heading back, let's grab a bite to eat with the repair crew. That's them by the pickup truck.
They never said to take the reverser handle out, but that's okay. I assume they're basically saying to leave the engine on and come back later for another mission. So, okay, that's what they want, but I'd rather turn the engine off. It might be better to do that. So let's just turn the engine off now. And that should stop this engine here. You can leave whenever you like, sir. I'll leave the door open for you. And let's head over to the other engine over here. Come on. And we're going to do the same thing here. In fact, can barely hear this engine's on. That's crazy. So I don't even think this engine was even running. That's the crazy part about this. So let's turn off this light and turn this engine off. So both of our engines are officially off now. And we'll put this back to intermediary. Oh, I already forgot something for the other one. So this is fine. We'll just leave this where it is. Do we have to turn off anything here? These step lights. And we'll set the independent brakes just so that way we have that on for safety's sake. And that should be good for this. And actually, we have a parking brake on these engines. Now that I think about it, I forgot about that. There's an actual parking brake. So let's turn that back off. We'll just go to the front and turn on the parking brake. This is actually what you would normally do. You set the parking brake on this engine, and actually the cars towards the back end of the car should have a parking brake turned on as well. Especially if this engine's not going anywhere, or if the train's not going anywhere. There's only 3 cars, so we might as well just work with the one in the front here, so that way we know where it's at. Oh, it's already fully applied. Never mind. Well, there we go. That one's already applied. Let's find out if the others were ever applied. That's fully applied, and this one. Okay, so they applied them all. Okay, great. Well, we'll do that same thing with the engine, and then we'll head over to the car over there to take my ride home. Objective complete. Well, there we go. Gold medal, right? I guess we're done. Yay, gold medal! Anyhow, like, subscribe if you like this, and we will hit you up in the next one. It took us 55 minutes to get through this, almost an hour. I believe they said something like 45 minutes or something like that. So, got a little walking time, some driving distance, and we did pretty good on timing if you think about it. Not even a full hour, so that was great. So, like, subscribe, and we'll see you all in the next one. Bye, everybody. Good time, and I feel like we're going much too fast for this mission. There's more yardage over there. That's amazing. 46. Come on. There we go. We're done. Officially, the mission is over. So, as usual, like, subscribe, give me a gold medal. Oh my god, I got a silver? You gotta be kidding. What was the silver for? It was for this, wasn't it? Oh, that's messed up. This is rage quit time. Let's rage quit.